It is now, yeah. So,
Okay, so uh, hi friends.
hello.
Uh, as we have already discussed earlier, that logic is concerned with the question of validity and invalidity of arguments. So, and we know that uh, in order to test the validity and or invalidity of an argument, the argument is to be expressed in neat and clear form. Okay, so that has to be expressed in language. Okay, so an argument consists of propositions and propositions in their turn consist of terms. So there are two and two terms uh, in a proposition. So we have already discussed that parts. Um, Today we will be discussing about the constituents of an argument, which are nothing other than the propositions. So we know that in an argument uh, there is a proposition called the conclusion, about which or uh, which is deduced from the premises. So the premises are adduced to justify the conclusion, and when the conclusion is implied by the premises, the argument is said to be valid, otherwise not. So now, um, in order to understand um, how we decide the validity or invalidity of arguments, it is of paramount importance to understand what is a proposition and how is it how it is distinguished from judgments and sentences as well. So um, propositions are the building blocks of an inference or argument. Now, um, it is distinguished from a judgment, or it is distinct from a judgment. A judgment is a mental product. It asserts a relation between two ideas or beliefs, which are mental entities. So, a judgment figures in an inference, which also is a mental product. Therefore, or a judgment is either true or false, but it is in the mental level. It is a mental entity. But when this judgment is expressed in language, it becomes a proposition. Okay, so therefore a proposition significantly be called to be either true or false. Therefore, a proposition is a linguistic entity. Now we can distinguish between a proposition from a judgment. So as we also know that a proposition consists of two terms. One is the subject, of which something is asserted, and the other term is called the predicate, which is the asserted of the subject. So a proposition asserts something. Now there is another you know um, like um, sign or symbol, you can say, known as the copula, which asserts a relation between the subject and the predicate. So copula is a sign of assertion. Uh, um, it is a sign of assertion, of affirmation or negation. So um, Now let's see how a proposition stands distinct from a sentence. So sentences are linguistic entities. Sorry, sentences are grammatical entities, we can rather say, but a proposition is a logical one. So a sentence is neither true or false, but a proposition is either true or false. A sentence is either correct or incorrect. The rules of grammar decide it whether a sentence is correct or incorrect. But a proposition is either true or false. The matter of fact or the state of affairs decides it. Okay. So now from this standpoint of like grammar, sentences are broadly of 4 types. Okay, as we know, there are declarative or assertive statements, sentences which which assert something, as distinguished from the assertive or declarative sentences. There are exclamatory sentences, there are imperative sentences, and there are interrogative sentences as well, which do not assert anything. Therefore, they remain they do not assert any proposition, whereas only the assertive or declarative sentences assert propositions. So, a proposition is something which a sentence asserts. Okay, now we can see that sentences belong to a particular language. Okay, so they are part of a definite language, but propositions are not. The same proposition can be asserted by different sentences. Okay, in other words, the different sentences can be involved to assert the same proposition. So, for example, when I say it is raining, the sentence belongs to English language. Okay. Similarly, I can say Borsa heuchi. Now the sentence is in Odia language. Similarly, Brushti bhavati, the sentence is in Sanskrit. So now what these 3 different sentences assert is the same problem, that is, it is raining. Okay, so now obviously we can also see that the same proposition can be involved, can be used to we can see like the same sentence can be used to assert different propositions. When I say I rented the house, it could mean that I rented the house from someone, or I rented the house to someone. So now from another angle we can also see that like When I say Soindhava Anaya, okay, the same sentence could mean differently in different contexts of its use. When the person is on the field, okay, and is setting up for somewhere, and he made the sentence that Soindhavanaya, you should not bring salt. Okay. So similarly, we can see uh, that how a proposition is different from a sentence. But at the same time, we have to remember that a proposition is expressed, by a sentence. So, a particular sentence belongs to a particular language, but a proposition does not belong to any particular language. Okay, so there are also sentences which do not assert anything. Okay, so for example, exclamatory sentences. Oh my God! Oh my God! By saying oh my God, I don't assert anything. It's just just an immediate reaction. Okay. Similarly, when I say shut the door, okay, or come soon. Okay, I made the sentence come soon. So it also does not assert anything. So in the context of a proposition, the question of truth or falsity arises. Okay, so not in any other context. As we have already seen that in the context of sentence, the question of truth and falsity does not arise. Similarly, so this is how we make the distinction between proposition and sentences. In our next video, we will be discussing about the nature of the parts of a proposition. Thank you.
Thank you.
Is it